Welcome back to the Anything Flies podcast. Tonight was draft night for the 2025 NFL season. We're going to be recapping picks 1 through 10 with a few honorable mentions, and then we're going to be giving you guys all of our thoughts. Just starting off hot with Cam Ward. He was drafted by the Tennessee Titans first overall. Not a big shock here. Leading up to the draft, I think people were more and more confident in Cam Ward being the first overall pick. And I think this is great for him. He's going to be experienced going into the rookie season of his, and experience has paid off for a lot of QBs headed into the NFL. I think the same thing's true for him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Titans do with him. I think if they build around him and let Cam Ward be Cam Ward with all the weird and unorthodox plays, the head coaches don't like to see it happen on the field, but you got to let Cam Ward do that. That's why he's so good. And I'm also interested to see, not only with Cam Ward, but other quarterbacks in this draft. They're all older. And so I'm interested to see how good they do right off the get-go and how long they last in the NFL. Because I don't think we've seen a QB draft class this old.
I'd say it's a good to great pick for the Titans, not a generational pick. Nothing against Cam Ward. Just this draft is not the type of draft that you're going to find that once-in-a-lifetime quarterback. But, he can run the ball. And he's got a pretty good arm for a rookie. You can always teach arm talent. It's harder to teach the run, I feel like. Good pick here from the Titans. Hopefully they can build around him a little bit.
Moving on to 2, we have Travis Hunter. Jaguars traded for this pick from the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns received the 5th overall pick in this year's draft, the 33rd overall pick, so the first pick in the second round, and then a 4th-round pick, plus Jacksonville's first-round pick next year, so the Browns will have 2 first-round picks as of now. I think this is a great pick for the Jags. I mean, it's obvious once they traded up that this was going to happen, and ESPN actually leaked Travis Hunter getting the phone call, even though the pick was not officially in. And once again, generational guy, and love to see the aggressiveness from Jaguars. Perfect guy for this team, 2 for 1, and that's who the Jaguars need at this point in time in their history.
Yeah, I think for both teams it was a win. Obviously, the Browns weren't really going Travis Hunter. No one really thought that, and for the Browns, it's finally good that they're on the winning side of a trade. They've got there was 2, as he said, it was 2 first-round picks. And if they can finish off this draft right, they will be very successful here soon. On the Jaguars side, this is who you want to build a franchise around. I mean, what better than a two-way player? Get the fans really excited, and even non-Jaguars fans wanting to watch them as well.
Yeah, nothing else I think you could really do there once you trade it up. I like the aggressiveness from the first-year head coach. It'll be an exciting start to the season. New head coach, Travis Hunter. So now T-Law, look for T-Law to have a good season this year with Travis Hunter being added to the squad, and hopefully he can make an impact on both sides of the ball.
Moving on to number 3, we have Abdul Carter from Penn State getting drafted by the Giants. I think once we saw Browns trade down, we knew that the Giants were eventually going to pick Abdul Carter. I mean, this might be the scariest D-line in the whole NFL. You have now Abdul Carter, who has been being compared to some of the greats like Myles Garrett and Michael Parsons. Then you have Thibodeau, who has proven himself through 1 to 2 years, depending on how long he's been in the NFL. And then you got the veteran Dexter Lawrence coming up the middle. And just a scary, scary sight if you're an offense facing this team, especially if you have a weak O-line. I think this is going to work out well. Abdul is a great edge rusher, and if the Browns still had the number 2 pick, I wanted them to go with Abdul.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically, after Travis Hunter went, that was basically best case scenario for the Giants. Abdul Carter is just so quick off the line. He's so quick. He's so good with his hands. There's nothing much you can do to stop him. You double team him, he still gets to the quarterback. So great pick for the Giants. He's definitely going to be up there with the Myles Garrett's, T.J. Watts, and J.J. Watts once he ends up retiring.
Yeah, great pick from New York. Really establishes the defensive line for years to come. I would hate for them to play the Bengals. That's an auto 5 sacks. But look for the New York defense in your fantasy draft. But yeah, great pick. Can't say enough about this guy. ESPN actually had him ranked number 1 overall. So some could say New York got a steal there. But yeah, hopefully they can build around Russell Wilson now. Got the defensive side of the ball mainly figured out. So go get that offense.
Moving on to pick number 4, Patriots drafted Will Campbell out of LSU, offensive tackle. I mean, I think this is perfect for them. They had one of the worst O-lines in the league last year. No matter who was behind center, they're just getting beat up constantly. So this is a guy who's a 3-year starter in the SEC. I mean, you're not going to get much better of an O-lineman coming out of college than this guy. He's faced the biggest guys that you could possibly see on a football field. So perfect match for the Patriots and Will Campbell. I think this is going to work out great, and he's going to make an immediate impact.
Yeah, the big storyline coming to this draft was this wingspan of 33 inches. I might be shorter than 33 inches, but something like that. I don't think it'll matter with this guy. This guy, if you watch his film, he's one of the toughest, and he will not stop blocking until the whistle blows, and he will continue to block after the whistle. And I think that's the kind of personality the Patriots need. They need someone to be out there like fighting for his life out there on the front lines to just keep guys away from their quarterback. So I think this is a great pick.
Yeah. Last year, like Houston said, the Patriots were 31st in pass block win rate. So look, it was great for them to get a tackle. Like he said, they were worried about the wingspan, but something I've learned over the past few years is to not worry about people's size so much. Obviously, size matters in the NFL. But who cares if you don't have a big enough wingspan? The guy I saw a stat that he let up 4 sacks in like 1,300 snaps. Like, who cares? So great. I think it's a great pick for the Patriots. And like Alexander said, he's going to be out there scrapping along.
Yeah, the scrapping along personality goes great with their new head coach, Mike Vrabel. So another great match in the NFL. Now on to number 5, Browns pick, who got the trade from Jacksonville. We already went over that trade detail. Mason Graham from Michigan, defensive tackle. As a Browns fan myself, I can't be disappointed with it. There's not many other people we could have picked at 5 with the needs that we have. So it's going to be great for Myles Garrett if he can get some pressure on the quarterback. Although I am a little worried. He averaged, I believe, 3.5 sacks, or he only had 3.5 sacks last year at Michigan. So would like to see that number get to the high, right around 8 to 10. Obviously, that might not be feasible in his rookie year, but eventually to help Myles out. But, I mean, can't complain for this pick.
Yeah, I think his main, he doesn't get to the quarterback like you said, but I think what he does is he blocks a lot of passes, and I think he's really good in the run game. I think from his tape, he's pretty explosive off the line, so he can get in those gaps for the run game. So that should be very helpful because kind of takes the pressure off Myles for a little bit if it's a run heavy team.
Yeah, great breakdown there. I think the sacks just because he's an interior lineman. I feel like the sacks aren't really coming from interior lineman anyway. He's more of a run stopper. But like Alexander said, he blocks passes all the time. And he's gonna get to the quarterback. The only problem might be that Myles Garrett is gonna get to it faster. So great problem to have. Great pick. The only other pick I would have seen you guys taking is Ashton Genty. Obviously, Jerome Ford is still good enough for now. Sucks to pass on Ashton, but I think this was the right pick.
Yeah, I'd agree. Speaking of Ashton, he was drafted 6th overall by the Raiders from Boise State. As we all know, had a phenomenal season, put Boise State on the map, pretty much carried him to the Fiesta Bowl where they eventually lost to Penn State. But I think this is a perfect fit. They have Alexander Madison already at the Raiders. One more can never hurt, and a guy like Ashton especially, third down back, whereas Madison's more the not explosive, but speedier back. So first and second down, and then on short and third downs, you're going to put in Ashton. I think this is a great combo for the Raiders, and we all know Pete Carroll knows how to use his running backs. So
yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to describe him because like he's a third down back, but at the same time, he's so good in open space that he's also a first down back because no one can tackle the kid. If you like, everyone's seen him play. No one can bring him down. His yards after contact were, I think, if he would have just been rushing yards after contact, he still would have had the most rushing yards in Division I. So that's pretty insane. So I think this is a great pick for the Raiders, especially with Pete Carroll now. They got Geno Smith. Look for them to be a contender. I don't know if they'll be able to beat the Chiefs, but
Only downside, might not be the fastest running back, but he's got the explosiveness, like a 10-yard explosiveness. He doesn't have the exact 40-yard explosiveness you're trying to look for, but hey, man, you can't say that much bad about him. He really shined this year in college, and I think it's a great pick for the Raiders. Get the run game going. Always easier to win football games when you can run the ball.
Now on to our honorable mentions. I'm going to be talking about McMillan. I don't know how to pronounce his first name. Sorry. He was drafted by the Panthers, 8th overall, Arizona wide receiver. This is a perfect pick by the Panthers. Bryce Young needs help, tremendous help. He's got Adam Thielen there currently, but only one guy's not going to cut it. This guy, not really under the radar guy. I think maybe during the season he was under the radar just because you have guys like Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams who are just elite. So everyone's focused on that. I think this is perfect. Best wide receiver in the class, and he's easily going to be, I think, the one on the team in front of Adam Thielen, and he's going to shine in the Panthers.
yeah, my honorable mention is Tyler Warren going to the Colts. Who's their quarterback?
Anthony Richardson.
Oh yeah, I mean Anthony Richardson. He had an off year. They've got Michael Pittman. No, what's his name? Michael Pittman. They got Michael Pittman, and a couple other wide receivers. And adding Tyler Warren might be what Anthony Richardson and the Colts need. I mean, this guy is so versatile. He can line up at slot, wide receiver, running back, quarterback, tight end. Yeah, I mean, if you really want, you can put him on the line. He can basically do anything you want him to do on the offense, and that's scary if you're a defensive coordinator. You don't know where he's going to be, what he's going to do, and the catches he made at Penn State and what he did to defenses was insane. So this guy might be better than Travis Kelce when it's all said and done.
I was very shocked to see Colston Loveland get drafted above him.
Yes,
but I think Tyler Warren should be happier with the Colts situation.
Oh, 100%. I'd rather be at the Colts than the Bears.
I think it's a bold thing to say he might be better than Travis, but I know where you're coming from.
I think he will.
My honorable mention is Colston Loveland. To the Bears in the 10th pick. This is a bit odd as they already have Cole Kmet, but I can understand where they're coming from because Ben Johnson, the old Lions offensive coordinator, loved giving Sam Laporta the ball. So Colston Loveland is more of a wide receiver-ish tight end. Cole Kmet's the bigger of the two. So look for Cole to be more run block and third down maybe. But I think this is a great pick. It really gives Caleb a solid guy, a consistent guy to go to and a bigger target, which is always nice to have when you're trying to get somebody settled in. And look for a big year from the Bears.
Yeah, kind of like a wide receiver 3-4 and then a tight end 2, which is, I think, perfect for Colston hopping into the NFL. But that's all we have for you guys. Let us know which team you think benefited the most from day one of the NFL draft, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.